Hello everyone, welcome back to Adventures of Me, and today we're doing something a little bit different from what I've been doing recently. I've been doing a lot of YouTube shorts with some card pack openings, and I just haven't really had time to sit down and do a video on something that I absolutely want to do a video on. But today I'm talking about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I recently platinumed that game, and I had an absolute wonderful time. It has been one of the best turn-based sort of RPG experiences that I've had in quite some time, and it blew me away. I think it was blowing the whole fan base away from like turn-based RPGs. Like everyone has been loving the game that I've spoken to that has been into it, and looking at the online sentiment around it, like Sizzr Interactive has been amazing at what they have done in terms of how they have created this game and what they have managed to bring to the world. I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan, and the fact that this game has captured everything that the community kind of had been asking for. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have loved pretty much every Final Fantasy game out there. I've platinumed a couple of them before there was the trophy sort of stuff. I did, at least to my knowledge, 100% of the gameplay that was out there. For some of the others, like on the PSP, I had played when they first remade those for the PSP, the 1 and 2 and 4. I completed that one as well. Yeah, absolutely loved it. And Clair Obscur has just brought something that we've been asking for, which is keep the turn-based, keep the similar style. Like, you know, Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy IX, great games. 7, amazing. We had a remake of 7. It was good. Like, I love remake. Rebirth, on the other hand, as much as I loved it, I didn't want to platinum it. I think, sadly, the thing that made me not want to platinum Rebirth was it was just really bogged out with nonsense. There were so many things added into the game that when I sat down and went, do I want to play past the main story? The answer was no. I didn't. I didn't want to play past that main story because there was just so much nonsense added into it. Loved playing through it the first time, but I just have not gone back and committed myself to playing it further. Like when I was playing that game, when I was playing Rebirth, I was at home. Yes, I had a new baby in the house. We just had our first son. So yes, I was missing a lot of it, going back and having to play things again later on when I had time, but still, I just didn't have that desire to go back. I think one of those things that in Clair Obscur that made it different for me was I could tell I wanted it to be a game I wanted to platinum when I looked at the trophy list, and I kind of said, I can do that on a single playthrough. The only challenges I was going to face were the secret boss, and just trying to grind out the last few things, maybe a missed collectible here and there. And there's trophy guides on there, and you know, the secret boss, yeah, it's hard. You can put a lot of time and effort in trying to beat it. You can also cheese it. It's one of those bosses that is difficult for a reason. But the thing is, when you get back to it and you look at it and you realize if you really don't want to play too hard on this boss, you can just do the Mayor build, which I did experiment with in the end of the game after I played, I don't know how many hours I played, 60, 70 hours, because I was just enjoying it. And doing a solo Mayor run is probably going to be one of the most amazing things to do, just because 50 million damage in one shot, amazing. I will apologise at this point, you've probably seen a lot of cuts. It's because I'm sick while I'm recording this. I just really wanted to record this video. I'm home alone today, and it's given me the opportunity to sit and actually talk about this. So, one of those things is, when you are playing this game, you've got all these different pictos, these skills that you can learn to Luminous, and it allows you to just create different characters in different ways and experience things in such an amazing way. So, that in itself has its own little metagame in it in terms of how you can optimize your characters. Overall, like the mechanics of the game, it's amazing. Just the way that it all sort of works and goes together. It allows you to create some characters that just are fun to play with. And the other thing, the characters are memorable. And there is a massive twist as you play through the game that I had no expectations in terms of this game. Didn't look anything up. I just heard it was great and I didn't want to spoil it. So actually playing this game going in blind, there are some twists in that game that absolutely floored me that I did not see coming. And I think the story is written really well. Yes, there are some flaws. Yes, the ending's not necessarily the best because it's got a bit of criticism of how it's written. But overall, the story was amazing and it captured me. I fell in love with these characters, loved them all. It just gave me an amazing time to sort of just flourish and spend time with this cast of characters and really just enjoy the story being presented. And I think that's something that a lot of games haven't given me in quite some time. They just fill out with silly nonsense for no reason. Rather than it just being like a little side thing to this, go and do that if you want. A lot of games tend to just throw the nonsense into the main story. I sort of found that most of Clair Obscur, it was quite serious, there was a little bit of lightheartedness, but the over-the-top, ridiculous stuff is side content, really. And that's fine, I enjoyed it that way. And by that I mean like the gestural beaches and a few other things here and there. But it's not that ridiculous. Like it's just a bit of fun. But overall, like, this game was amazing, and I clearly wanted to dedicate that time to getting the platinum. So I played PlayStation 5, obviously, by saying platinum, and yeah, it ran smoothly. I had a couple hiccups here and there, a couple graphical glitches. There was one point where I was running along and I actually fell into a little bit of the like tree roots that were in the area, and I couldn't actually get my character out and had to restart that part. But overall, like, the main gameplay did play well. One thing I will say is, on the PlayStation 5, if you put the console into rest mode, eventually the game starts to lag. That might be patched out now, but it was just something I noticed that booting up, if you didn't actually close the game, sometimes you'd go back in and the time to get into a battle, like fading to black, opening up the battle, when you had enemy that hit you or you did like a first strike sort of thing, it just lengthened, and it got to the point where I had one point where it loaded for like a minute before it would enter the battle, and then I was starting to find like the reactions to the enemy's attacks were slowing down and things like that. So just keep that in mind. If you're playing on a PlayStation 5, maybe close the game down in between PlayStations. Don't just put it in rest mode, just to save yourself that trouble. I think for me, there are two things that have just made this game an absolute standout. And one is the music. Music is amazing. It's got such a wide array of different musical genres. It has captured you. It's one of those things, I actually just want to listen to it. I'm loving all these YouTube videos that I'm coming across that just have the music in the background, and it's been great. But the other thing that I think captured the hearts of almost everyone was the story of how the game was made. The team getting together, indie game, essentially coming against the big guys and proving that they're worth the fight. This team has created something that captured the world, and it captured it because they did something great that was cheaper than everything else coming out by the big guys. The budget was smaller, the team was small, the concept was bigger though. What they have created is something that has stood out against the big guys, and I think that's what's captured most people into this game. And you can tell that these developers, they wanted to create something for the people that the people wanted. They listened to everything that fans like in this genre, that Square Enix and Ubisoft and EA, all these companies that have like these big groups for the production just aren't giving people anymore. And knowing that they come, like, this team is started from people that were at a big company and went, to make a game that I want, it's not going to be happening through here, so they set off to do it themselves. And that's where we've made this grandeur entrance, this amazing entrance of this game, and it's broken the market. I've heard rumours of they're meeting with Square Enix to talk about things, and I'm hoping Square Enix listen, because they're losing fans and they need to do something to keep them on board for the next game. And if Central will partner up with them to make something, if Square Enix give them the license to remake a game, make a spin-off of one of the franchises in their own way, we could have something amazing coming on our hands. But only time will tell for that. Overall, look, the game's not perfect. The game is not perfect. And I said that I had glitch errors, I had issues where it wasn't loading. There's graphical issues that come up at times. You know, it's not perfect. There's clipping, all that stuff, but it's an indie game. And in the game like that, you can be a bit more forgiving, because the budget is not there compared to these big games that have the same issues. The game was cheaper than other games that have been coming out, and it delivered more. So I think I don't want to give this a game some sort of arbitrary rating out of 10. I don't want to, you know, place it on a pedestal as such that it's needing to be conquered by the next score or whatever. You can see all the other guys do that. All I can say is, if you want to have a fun time, if you want to enjoy a story, if you want to have a look at something that's created by a smaller team with less of a budget, that ticked all the right boxes for me, for my friends, and for a lot of people in the community, check out Clair Obscur. It's great. That's my opinion. If you think it wasn't, that's your opinion, and that's fine. But I'm just glad to see something like this come into the market and sort of reignite that passion for this genre that was starting to fall apart in a lot of people's minds. Anyway, that is all I have today. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I do apologize for all those jump cuts, particularly at the start. Like I said, I've got a little bit of a cold. My son brought home a lovely, lovely cold from daycare, and I thought I made through through the whole thing without catching it, and then it hit me sinusy, and the sneezing and coughing was hitting me during this video. But I just wanted to make it because I've put off making a long form video for quite some time, and I've missed it, and I had the opportunity today, and I do have more I've planned to sort of cover. Coming up, I do want to look at things like that new Nintendo Switch game, the wheelchair basketball one. I've got that downloaded today. I purchased it. It's out now. I'm going to play it. I've heard mixed reviews about it. I just want to see how like the mouse controls work as you like using the wheelchair. So we'll see how that goes. I've got more shorts coming out. We're doing those daily videos, and that has been a massive boost to the channel. I was looking at, because you know, I just do this as a hobby. I was looking at my recent statistics. Overall, my channel only has like 74,000 views since I created it, and in the last 365 days, I've had 25,000. A third of my channel's viewership has come from these shorts that I've created. You know what? That's something to me. I like that. I'm happy with that. I don't make money from it. It is just a hobby. I do have a Patreon. No one subscribes to my Patreon, and I don't qualify for any monetary incentive from YouTube because I don't hit their checkboxes anymore. I used to have just like $1 coming a month when I first started, but yeah, I don't get that now. So, you know what? That's what it is. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing. I'd love to see you around. I'd love to have some comments telling me what you thought of this game if you played it, or if you haven't played it, what you would like to experience while you play this game, if you intend to play this game. And if you have any suggestions of other games, indie or not, that you recommend that I check out, play through, and give a review of, let me know, because I'm looking for things to play. I'm playing Donkey Kong Bonanza at the moment. Like I said, I've got the other game that come out, the basketball one, wheelchair basketball one. So I've got things to play, I've got things that I want to talk about, but give me suggestions, and I'm hoping that I can create more videos like this and throw some cutscenes up in the background and gameplay stuff, and we can just have a chat. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll catch you next time.